I used to hate pageants. You'll find that when I won, when I won, that's when my self-esteem broke.
Kuyawa eh.
I'm currently in my self-improvement obsession era. In general, there's nothing wrong with you that other people have to fix. And in all fairness, if there's something wrong with you, you should be the first one to fix it. Women already are empowered. They just don't know that they are.
Actually, this is an ambush interview. I just we were shooting a music video for Three Digits, and then we wanted Maria to give us a performance art na aerial dance, and she was so gracious to accept na mag-perform po. Then we take a video, and then mo na yung suot. Sige, interview na ko siya dayon. Wala siya prepare. I'm so
lang.
sorry. So, wapa yapon kayo bisag gikapoy pagsayo right after. Thank you very much for for giving us the opportunity na mag-shoot niya, mag-interview. Unsay pangalan sa podcaster?
Tam Cower, ano siya, all about, self-improvement, basically. Okay ba aking face? Makita ko? Tam, T-A-M. Female siya.
Female.
Doon ko na-realize ba, there's nothing sexist about feminine and masculine. Because it doesn't make any of them lesser or higher than the other. When you say feminine, it's just that you're more go with the flow. You're more in touch with your emotions. So you're more of the free-flowing type of person. When you say masculine energy, it's more of decisive, strong, linear. You know, in art, females or anything that relates to women are usually curved lines, circles. When it comes to masculine or men, it's straight, rigid. And I think that comes with their own beauty. So it's not that one is like better than the other. It's just that they both complement in different ways, you know.
Mura ni siya is like the thought na ano ang mga feminist karon? Feminist ba ka? Mo-consider na ako na feminist?
I think meron na kasing ibang connotation sa feminists right now, but basically kasi yung original idea ng feminism is, you know, giving women more rights, giving women more respect, more anti-discriminating women and all. Some people just take it too far. It's not really the generation. It's this era. I'm not really particularly sure. I don't know if there are any studies that show what is the cause of this, but there are just those people and cultures that take it a step too far.
I think let's do away with the labels. Tapos ningon pud kag there's a new connotation karon. Dili na feminist or feminism ang tawag siya or ang dagway niya.
Kasi feminism is basically just bringing more rights to women, anti-discriminating, giving them more opportunities, not limiting them to households such as in the domestic times before, taking them out of being reliant on their spouse, taking them out of their bubble. Na you should be the house person. Right? It's more of that. They're given rights to vote. They're given rights in the government.
Okay.
You know, they have right now we have laws that there should be a percentage of women in the government, you know. And I think that's how feminism helps, and it's bold, you know. It hasn't really reached that sort of equality, you know, but that's another topic. That's a harder topic.
Interesting na you went straight away to there's no sexist. It's not sexist being a female and male because men have their own strength, women have their own form of strength. But you know, before tong feminism lagi is talking about why are there no CEO women, not much CEO women in the numbers? Why are there no women in sports when it comes to numbers? Those are what they were fighting for before. But now you're talking about it's a different connotation na ngayon. And that's nice that you went straight into. It's not sexist. We have our own strengths. We have our own differences.
For example, if you want constructions, of course you're gonna go for those with physically more fit, you know, physicalities. Of course, that will include more men. I'm not saying that women can't be stronger than men. There are women with physiques that are stronger compared to some of the men. Okay, so if you put up man who doesn't go to the gym, and then there's a gym junkie woman, of course you'd expect the woman to be the one, to be the physically stronger one. But in the case, of course, if you want a construction, you'll be picking the man first. However, when you're in the hospitality industry, for example, they in certain jobs when you're talking to people and all, you would find that most will be going for women. Why? Because they're more approachable, they're more homey, you know. And I'm not really sure if it's in the case in the different countries, but with us, you know, with our hospitality, and in my experience in the hospitality industry, they prefer women because they're less likely to be dominating or less likely to be what do you call this, intimidating. Yes.
Mas
So
hospitable.
when you want to have guests coming back, you'd want someone that they'd find more comfortable to be with, you know, or someone who can understand them if they have concerns. Of course, the woman is more likely to be in tune of the emotions, you know. For example, I'm not saying all. I'm just saying in some cases, and in these situations, it's a lot more complex. Of course, if you're a woman and then you're working in the hospitality industry and you're not showing any signs of concern, you're not gonna be put there. I'm just saying that in most of these situations, that's the cases. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing that has to be negative about that. That's just how it is.
That notion somehow gives comfort and content sa to a woman or to a man even na kung nakakadira if you're in a business or a industry or a career na requires a lot of feminine attributes,
Yes.
okay na it's okay. Ayun na pag si
It's your strength.
pamugos na dapat i-overpower. There's no
Yeah.
overpower needed.
I
Ayan.
think people are just really more focused on numbers. Or like, for example, the one you said kanina na there are less female CEOs or they're all male CEOs. You'd expect that, of course, because, you know, recently lang ang feminism literally raised ng women and all. And there are a lot of female CEOs. Most likely you just haven't heard about them because they're mostly in local businesses or I don't know, there are really big businesses rin na female ang CEO, but you probably just don't know them, and that doesn't make them any lesser because that's just your point of view. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're less efficient or they're lacking skills because hey, if you're a CEO, there must have been something right that you've done, you know?
Aside
So
from
the-
aside from being a male and a female, napod sa tao. Napod
Yes,
tao
it's
nga
nasa-
babae nga strong pud sa being a
Depende talaga yan sa attitude mo, sa personality mo, your guts, your decision making, your experiences in life. Very important. Because you won't really expect, I would say, a woman who has experienced a lot more hardships would probably more hardships but gotten through with them and has grown and improved. Of course, it's a different thing if you've experienced hardships and you're still there. That's a different topic. But if you're in a hardship, you've improved, you've grown, probably learned a lot more than a guy who's been in his home for 10 years. You can just say that, hey, I know more CEO men. That's you. And what's that got to do with everyone else, okay? You want to see a female CEO? Find one. I'll tell you, you can find one a lot. Try online shops, fashion shops, and they earn millions.
speaking of women who've been through a lot and gotten over it or
Yes.
made it through. I know you are, but you tell us, are you a woman who went through a lot and then got through it, and then how did this somehow affect you or benefited you now that you're a
Yeah.
personality in the city?
I would say hardships vary between people. My hardship and its intensity may differ to you, but may have the same impact to me. So, things that may be small to you, a hardship that may be, yan lang for you, maybe a lot to me. And so that varies. But I will say everyone has their hardships, okay? And for me, number one thing that I would like to say is that I'm currently in my self-improvement obsession era. Here's the thing, you have hardships, you're in a tough spot. Everybody goes through that. The problem is, there are some who don't know how to get out of that. There are some other factors in play, like society, of course. You know, there are things that you cannot control, such as the situation you're born in. Remember, the only thing you can control in life is you and your actions. That's pretty much it. When you're in a hardship, there are a lot of things you can't control. Maybe it's money, maybe it's few of your habits that annoy you, maybe it's your situation, your frustrations. Everybody has that. And for me, I realized it's really just about realizing, number one, realizing that you are in a hardship. Number two, because there are some people who are in a hardship and they just don't realize that they can't go out of it. So number one, you have to realize you're in a hardship, and you have to realize that you need to get out of it. And that's where you go with strategizing. Now, it doesn't need to be big. My problem is I have the stinkiest habits. Okay, I have the worst. I mean, I'm lazy. Number one, I will tell you, I'm lazy. And I spend money very, very, very unwisely. That's me before. I'm so used to being broke. This is funny because I have a boyfriend, and recently, it's
Stop nag-view ang mga tao kay I have a boyfriend.
no. Recently, we had a talk because he was borrowing money from me. He was borrowing 13,000 from me, and then. No, it's okay. He usually just borrows money and pays me right after.
I-believe lang ako tong 13,000.
In his thing. So, 13,000. And then we had a talk. And then he said, amazing, no? Kasi before, mautang niya lang sa akin is 100. 200, 500, 1,000 kung maswertehan siya na meron akong baon. And now, nag-abot kami sa point na 13,000 na ang kaya niyang i-borrow sa akin. And that says a lot because that means I was able to have a comfortable amount of money that 13,000 doesn't bother much as getting out of my bank.
Okay.
And here's the thing, I used to be like zero balance in a day. My parents would give me 300 per day. So they will give me by the start of the week 2,100. I have that to budget. Half of the week, that's gone. And it would be my turn to make utang sa aking boyfriend so we can have dinner. And then pay him when I have next pay. Yes. Very impulsive buyer before. It wasn't a miracle or anything. It was gradual. It was changing simple things in my mentality. I had a time where I had 2 jobs, and then I had a time when I had 3 jobs. And all those times, I do not know why I was working so hard, having 3 hours sleep and did not have money.
End up broke at the end
And
of the day.
super broke pa rin in the end of the day. And when I say broke, I don't mean like I still have tago na money and saying broke, which I do today. I say I'm broke, but I actually have just emergency money or something. And I just say, if I say I'm broke just for the mentality, so I won't spend that. Before, I'm broke. Now I realize this is a problem. I gotta do something about it. So, I really don't know the specifics of what I did, but somewhere along there, I was fueling myself with my frustrations, and I did change a few of my habits. So I did plan it out. So I guess that's strategizing. So I realized that the number one rule you should do is to take care of yourself. That's the one thing you will have in this world that will never leave you, that will never go. That's yourself. You only have yourself, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. You give yourself enough care, you won't need to find care anywhere else. You don't need to chase people. It actually, it's a ripple effect. I started caring for myself. I started caring about my finances. I started caring for myself. I'm not the same needy for affection type of person. I used to like feel so bad that I'm not with my friends and they're going out. I see people. Now I'm like, why? I have friends. Like, you feel sad when your boyfriend hasn't chatted you today. Why? I'm
Chat
living
na.
the best of my life. Okay, so yes, he's probably living his life too, and that's great. So that means that I'm not something that he particularly needs in a day.
Your boyfriend is probably having his own life. Ikaw, you have your own life.
life.
I read a book. I like reading books. Celestine Prophecy ang title.
Actually, the reason why nag-improve ako a lot is because of Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. I like that book.
Thank you so much, Atomic
Okay.
Habits.
If you wanna buy Atomic Habits, you click the link below. Nag-atik lang. Na ako
It's
nabasa
also sa
na
Shopee. It's just like 100 pesos. No, 89 pesos, I think.
read a book. Atomic Habits, one of the most important books. And then Rich Dad Poor Dad kung gusto mong finances.
I have Psychology of Money pero hindi ko pa na-start.
Okay, that's good. Good books. Celestine Prophecy, ako nabasahan dito, ang person is 100% woman, 100% female, 100% male. So if you're 100% male, 100% female, it's all in you. You don't have to say you complement me or you complete me because we're both 100%. Ang lalaki babae karon, ang husband and wife or boyfriend
Yeah.
girlfriend is two wholes, not two
Yes.
halves.
Yes.
So you won't be
Yes.
draining the other person's energy. Ayan, you'll be needy kay ka.
Actually, that's funny kasi I used to believe that way. That's
Mm-hmm.
also one of the things that I've really improved. I swear, if I met myself like 5 years ago, I would say, why are you like this? Why? I used to believe that.
You didn't know any better then.
Yes. You see, I think it's also part of the media that we're getting. I would
okay.
really blame it mostly. I mean, not really blame it mostly. I would say that based on my experience, I noticed
Some
that
part.
a part of it is because of the media, you know. You complete me. You're the
Yeah.
love of my life.
Yeah.
I can't live without you. And you see, at a young age, we have Disney. For example, ladies out there, Disney princess, man saves me. I am the princess and all. And you see that as a child, that's what you see. You see, you're fed that. When you grow up and you're in teens, especially when you're a teen, it's so hard being a teen. You want to be validated all the time. So now you see, oh my God, I need a man to save me. I need someone to love me for me to be whole. That's the mentality there. You know, you feel bad if you don't have a boyfriend because everybody has, you know, the relationship goals, and you just want that too, you know?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong about wanting that, okay? It's just that people take it way too far to the point that they feel like they're less of a person without it, which you're not.
It's what the media tells you to want.
Yes. You see, I realize no one will complete anyone because you're already complete, Pastor AJ. And there's nothing wrong with you. In general, there's nothing wrong with you that other people have to fix. And in all fairness, if there's something wrong with you, you should be the first one to fix it. Kasi that time kasi nung teenage ako, I think that was the boom of Wattpad and the bad boy stories. I don't know. Shout out to the Wattpad people.
Shout out to the bad boys.
You know, it's the I can fix you, I can fix him era.
Gusto mo siya i-fix?
Yes, and the thing is,
Mauna
no
siya.
one can fix anyone. No one. It's up to them to fix themselves for you. It's up to them to work on themselves so they can be deserving and worthy of you. It's up to themselves to be better for you. You can't dictate that to them. Worse, you can't dictate them to you have to stay with me all this time so I will feel complete. That's just straight out manipulative. I also learned this one because I used to be a toxic girlfriend. I will just lay it out there. I was a toxic girlfriend. I will say I am very ashamed of the kind of girlfriend I was before. See, the thing I realized is the more you care for yourself, the more that your partner will notice it. And I'm not sure. I have found interpretations of this online because I really love these kinds of videos. But I did find one interpretation that if a man sees you love yourself, he's gonna want to be competitive and love you more. I think that's one of the best one of the best theories I saw online.
If a man sees that you love yourself,
He's gonna want to
he's
love
gonna
you
want to love you even more.
Yes. You want love and affection? You shower yourself with love and affection. For caring, for example, skincare. I care for myself in the physical sense a lot. My skincare routine is very precise because I want to maintain myself.
Mga sponsor ba? Sige.
Shout out to Skinnick. Shout out. When you give yourself, kasi if you give yourself that much attention, you won't need it from others. I mean, constantly, even if you feel more secure because you know when you care for yourself, you will feel cared for. You know that 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you take time, you just lather yourself with all that caring and all. Like even if you think of it, like I spent on myself today because I spent on that lotion, that sunblock, that serum. I spent on that. I spent on myself. Why would I need others to spend on me? And it goes to male too. I mean, I think it's also good for males to have
To brush their teeth.
yeah. No, it's important. Male hygiene is still very
Yeah,
important.
yes.
Hygiene is very important.
Fitness or
Yes.
what you eat.
Everything. And I'm very happy that the trend went there kasi like the trend is more on health, wellness, fitness these days and I really love it. Like people are starting to be more health conscious. They go out to work out, find their passions. It's a fast world and if you don't improve fast or be better fast to adapt to the world, you're gonna be left out. So I guess that's part of the things that I love about this trend.
Speaking of the best or the fullest, sige mga storya, self-development.
Yes.
And then you always say, I used to be this, used to be
Yes.
that. Kamusta naman si Maria karon? Is she a completer na or a completer?
I think you never
Or
complete.
better?
You're never a completer in self-improvement.
Okay.
It's not I got here, this is it. It's always just going up. Because you will find that whenever I've done this, I've achieved this, there's always something to achieve next. There's always something to improve next.
Ala, you're always looking into the horizon.
No, it's okay because that means you're always growing. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to grow.
Okay.
You know. Of course, it's different when it comes to, other things na sometimes you just don't feel contented anymore. It doesn't mean that. It, of course, the point of being self-developing is that every single day you're contented. That's the point of it.
Every single day you're contented.
Yes.
Yapon.
Every single day you're contented. Today, this is what I did. I'm happy with it. You keep going up because every day there's something that's just not. I mean, we have good days, but we also have bad days. You know. Oh, I also use one of my routines at night. I do a journal.
Okay. Nice.
There's this part, gratitude. I really love gratitude.
Gratitude and
You just have to
contentment.
write 3 things you're grateful for in a day. Easy. I mean, it doesn't take much time, but it really lifts up your day. I mean, before you sleep and you had a bad day and then it's gonna be hard at first and then you find, okay, I have 3 things to be grateful for today. It doesn't make it that bad.
I'm happy that you said contented and grateful kasi sometimes you get a goal and then you still keep on looking there sa horizon. What's the
Yes.
next one? So
It's not more,
you'll never get there.
Yeah.
Permanente ka nag-struggle.
Yes, but it's not more of goals. I mean, it's not about having a goal and then pursuing the one higher. I'm saying if you reach your goal, go for another one.
It's part of the everyday thing.
There's
Just build
always
the
something
habit.
that you will want in a day, like today I washed the dishes, but I forgot to put on lotion, for example. Okay? So tomorrow I should not forget to put on lotion. Improvement. The next day you did not forget any more lotion, but you left your things at the house. Okay, the next day I should remember not to leave my things in the house. Work on it. That's it. Every day there's something to work on.
It's like
And-
weight loss.
Yes.
Weight loss, it's not about mamayat na ko ugma, pero
Yes.
you're slowly, gradually making the
Gradually.
habit, and then
Yes.
lingaw na ka doing it. You're having fun going to the gym or
Yes.
eating
I
properly.
really
na.
love Atomic Habits. I have to say, I really love that because it gives importance on the little things.
Atomic habit.
Yeah. Like right now, before kasi, I told you I'm lazy. My bed is always dirty. I'm not saying dirty, I'm saying messy. Right now, the first thing I do when I wake up, minus the spraying of the what do they call this? Serum spray. After that, automatic, my blanket folded, put there, bed, neat. Automatic. See, the thing is, when you build habits, you don't need to think about them. You don't need to think about
It's
them.
automatic na.
You just do them. And that's the thing. If you build habits that are efficient, you keep going. It keeps making life easier for you. And now I cringe at the sight of my room being dirty.
Nice.
I will not leave my room until I have swept it up again. So
Automatic na.
you will see na I keep stealing our broom kasi nasa likod yan siya ng bahay but I will always put it near my room. Sorry, ma'am.
Naghulat ko sa punchline kanina I was waiting for the punchline about the finances, about borrowing 13,000 from your boyfriend. But because if we talk about self-development, I'm gonna improve. So next time he's not gonna be borrowing 13,000. He's gonna be borrowing 130, 1.3 million. That's the future. Because we're comfortable with that money. We have plenty of money already.
Personally though, I don't want to be that rich. Because if you're crazy rich, you're a sickness in the society.
Patay. Padulong. Okay.
That means the allocation of funds for everyone. The funds that could have been for someone goes to you. And what do you have? Like, you're only, for example, if it's me and I'm gonna be very rich, I'm most likely gonna be just me and my spouse. What are we gonna do with all that money? And then there are people literally dying because they can't afford their necessities.
If money were no object, what would Maria be doing or what would you be now?
If money weren't no object, I wouldn't know because there would be most likely another thing blocking whatever I want to do. That's reality.
Nahanga ko paminaw ka to.
That's reality. If there's no money, there's most likely something else that, if money is not a problem, there must
Oh.
be something else that is blocking it right now. For example, I may have a lot of money right now.
Oh, you don't have to work a lot.
But
You have freedom, time freedom to do anything you want.
no, the thing is, if you have a lot of money, most likely, unless it's generational wealth, most likely, I am also putting in work, you know.
But if that's not a problem, gani, if you don't have to work for money or money is not an object, Jud. You can do anything, be
I
anything.
think by the
What
end
would
of
it
the
be?
day, if you have everything you want, you kind of get lost. You see, you have to appreciate that all these things that are blocking you are there for a reason. They're making shit important for you. If you don't have, because I don't have money right now, whenever I mean, if I don't have comfortable money right now, when I have comfortable money and I can, let's say, travel, I'm gonna make the most of it. If I had money all the time, I'm traveling and all, that's less meaning to it, you
Mas
know.
ma-appreciate mo.
Yeah, you get to appreciate it more. And that's a case-to-case basis, of course. If you're talking about the hardships of those in really, really hard situations, for example, in poverty, with sick relatives, of course, that is a different story. I'm not saying that is beautiful. I'm saying that's unfortunate, but that is not my story. Okay, I'm not saying also that I'm not caring for them. I'm just saying it's different
Valid
with
gyapon to.
yeah. It's very valid. It's not a pretty sight at all to see that. You will find that gratitude is seen more when you've had obstacles in your path. You know.
Abi na ako I thought we will be talking about Mutya ng Davao, babae, women, and then I'm glad we're talking about self-development and then growth and then contentment and gratitude. I like those notions.
I don't know. Mutya ng Davao, I don't have the words to say for it yet. I'm very number one word, grateful. In fact, I feel really lucky about it. It
Lucky.
came at the perfect time in my life. And it's just given me so much more opportunity to achieve the certain growth that I've gone. And of course, there are things that you will find ironically have become negative to me. I mean, you'll find that when I won, when I won, that's when my self-esteem broke.
Kuyawa eh.
I never had any plans to. I didn't want to join.
Ano
But
sa nganong ni-appeal ka? Pinaka tipping point nga nang
because
ni-appeal
people were pushing me.
Amo ba?
Pushing me to the point that, literally kicking me out here in the studio so I would go bombing my phone. So I went there. Maybe it was a sign, you know. If people have that much faith in you, you must have what it takes.
Okay, tama, okay.
I only had my boyfriend. I had no handler. I didn't know everything. In fact, it's so funny because I went there in tattered jeans.
Nice.
Tattered jeans and a crop top and flats. And everyone there, when I went in, they had teams. Glam teams doing their makeup. They had dresses, heels.
The
Oh my
boyfriend, the
God.
boyfriend did the makeup also. Very good.
He was my assistant.
Grabe.
And then, at least, I had someone na kilala ko na who brought a dress for me real quick. So, at least I had a dress. And then, heels. They were like small heels, not pageant heels. And then,
Fast forward sa self-esteem.
Fast forward.
Ano, kuyawa eh, fascinating.
because, you know, you've gone there with very many veterans.
Mga
Really
nauna?
popped. Very into pageants.
Mga hawad sa pageantry.
Hawad talaga.
Okay,
They're
okay,
really good in pageants. And the thing is, most of them had Mutya ng Davao as their dreams. When you kind of, one, feel like you didn't deserve it, or two, other people deserved it more, I think that's when it broke. And that's where my self-esteem broke a little. I mean, I'm validating those feelings of mine. I just don't know why I allowed myself to be like that, but it was real. And you see, I was surrounded by amazing women. You know, very good group of women, very beautiful, empowered, strong. They had their own purpose, and you'll find I really love talking to some of them. Most of them came hopeful, really prepared. I just went in, and then I got in. But of course, I did put some effort. I mean, I was juggling 2 jobs at that time.
Grabe yan.
And then we had practice from 5 to 11. 11 at night. So I go home. My house is far away. That's 2 hours ride. And then when I go home, my job starts at 6 a.m. So I have to wake up at 4.
Wala pa yung panihapon.
Yeah, that's a problem. And at that, I'm vegetarian, pescatarian. Sorry, I'm vegetarian, pescatarian. So it's really hard to feed me. And when it comes to practices, they forget that there's a vegetarian because I'm the only one. So most of the times I don't have anything to eat. But thank God for Herbalife because that really made me alive.
Herbalife.
Thank you Herbalife. That made me alive the entire time.
I think a lot of the pageants in Ana went through the same thing. Like they have two jobs and then still went to the pageantry.
Yeah, that's the thing is I will go to that.
Okay, okay.
I'll
Sorry,
go
sorry.
to that. It's
Sige,
okay.
balik
Sige.
ito.
The thing is, so I was there, I was rotating it, and before that, of course, I knew nothing with pageants. I had to practice. The first time I've ever walked is in that screening.
Dapat cross the anti
Yeah. Basta yun siya, mahirap yun. Okay. So I had to practice that. So of course, now that I'm in, I really did my best. So it's not that I went there and got it without doing much, okay? I just realized that later on. Of course, when I won, I felt like I hadn't done much to deserve it and all because I literally just went there, and people here practiced, prepared for it for months, weeks, and then I just went there. So I felt that guilt and I feel like, do I really deserve this? Maybe, and maybe that's why my self-esteem broke. And so back to that question a while ago, I have a high respect to the girls who join beauty pageants.
Yep.
I have a high respect. I used to hate pageants. I used to hate if you were my friend before, you will know I do not like pageants at all. It was always about, oh, you're just objectifying women.
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah,
Nakata ko
blah.
question Ana, pero sige, go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. Na-ask rin ako niyan pag, pagkamutya. But the thing is, it's not easy. You think you go up there, oh, pretty, pretty makeup, gowns and all. It's hard. You have to have bones of steel and then perseverance, patience. And it's a lot of sacrifice, lack sleep. And then and the fact is you're putting yourself out there. It's not easy to put yourself out there. Try asking a stranger for a favor. If that's hard enough, imagine standing in front of what? A crowd of people, and
Judge
just
ka.
yeah, and they're all judging you. And that's the thing I really hated about pageants before. I felt like they're judging your worth. But it's not. It's just for the purpose of that competition. But they're not judging you as a person. They're judging your performance. And that's, I think, the misconception. That's a different thing with Filipinos and Miss Universe. That's another thing. Is sometimes people just go far out and be personal. Like namumpersonal na. I don't condone that, okay? These people are just doing their best to try and represent our country the best way they can, okay? So let's go back to pageantry. You're out there and you have a line of judges you need to impress with your performance. Pageantry is not about being pretty, having the best gown. It's about performance. You are confident, you know how to use your voice, and you want to
You
use
know
your
what matters
voice.
to you?
Yeah, you know what matters to you, and you know what to use your voice for. Okay,
I want to be the voice of the
I
voiceless.
really hate that line.
Okay. I want to be the
I would
champion of
not-
the...
because everyone has a voice. Even the mute have their say. They can express. You see, everyone has a voice, but not everyone knows how to use it. So that line really steers me away because you're telling people that they're being voiceless when in fact they have a voice and they just don't know how to use it. So yeah, everyone who's watching this, you have a voice, okay? You just gotta know, or at least know to yourself how and when you will use it.
Ikaw, ang first thing that I would really like to tell you is I don't believe in women empowerment because women already have the power. Why do you need empowerment? Do you feel weak because you need empowerment? That's the same with why do you need to have a voice? You already have a voice.
The thing with women empowerment is that's not an individual thing, okay? Women already have the power in themselves, yes.
that's what I want
But
to
the women empowerment is a movement that comes with feminism, I guess. So it's more of it's a societal thing, okay? So we have women in the workplace who are discriminated. We empower them, rules in the office, that whenever a woman is harassed, you can report it, and then they will go to the HR about it. That's it. That's the women empowerment. It's not really it's not really a personal thing, okay?
Personal individual.
It's not an individual thing. And the thing is, maybe if it is in the individual concept, it's the same as I've said. women already are empowered. They just don't know that they are. Some women do not know how much they can do just because of their situations. Their capabilities are limited because of their situations. And there are times when those who are aware of this may or should, if they can, help those women in those situations realize, hey, this is your power. You can do this. You can do that. These are your choices. Of course, most likely they're gonna be hard for you, but it's up to you. And and you should realize that you can actually get out of this situation. And I think that's women empowerment. It's not about giving power to women, it's allowing them to exercise their power. More so, less on the individual, but more on the societal side. Because we women ourselves, I don't know really the science why our self-esteem tends to be lower, but I guess it's a thing. We already have that power, and most likely it's just a society that gives us that feeling that we don't have that power. So when you go women empowerment, it's about uplifting you to realize that, hey, whatever society binds you, you have the choice to get out of it or do something about it.
Parang voice of the voiceless. You already have a voice. You just
Yeah.
have to learn how to use. How do you use it?
And that really depends on you.
Depends on
That
you.
depends on you, your values, your wants, your needs. And there's no judgment. Just remember the the law. My freedom ends where yours begin. You have the power to do accomplish things that you want, anything that you want. You have the choice for it. You can choose, and that's the thing. We all have human will. We can choose.
Diba?
You can choose, and that's pretty much it. You know, you just gotta realize that you can.
Actually, this is an ambush interview. I just we were shooting a music video for Three Digits, and then we wanted Maria to give us a performance art na aerial dance, and she was so gracious to accept na mag-perform po. Then we take a video, and then mo na yung suot. Sige, interview na ko siya dayon. Wala siya prepare. I'm
Ambush
so
lang.
sorry. So, wapag yapon kayo bisag gikapoy pagsayo right after. Thank you very much for
Yes. Sure,
for
sure,
giving us the
sure.
opportunity
You're
na
welcome.
mag-shoot niya,
Thank you rin.
mag-interview. So any last messages na kay voice daan, you're already empowered, and then self-development, contented,
Yes.
grateful. I love that.
Basically,
Anything else?
just
Sige.
work on your life every day. Life is short for a reason. It's so you can make the most of it.
Ayan. Thank you. Bye-bye.